Hey guys, welcome to episode number 96. Of course, we are here in the Battle Maison for some multi-battles this time, which are pretty cool. They're a little interesting. They're essentially double battles. I mean, they are double battles. But instead of having two of your own Pokemon and four in total, you get to pair off with another trainer who then uses two of their Pokemon and you use two of yours. Like I said, I could do it with an actual person, but that would have been really tough to do just logistically because of Wi-Fi and all. Someone hit no. But what's nice is the game gives you an opportunity to pair with one of the NPCs, and which is pretty cool. Let's use, I don't know, who should we use here? Um, let's go with um, Slate and Eve. I don't know. Um, yeah, we'll change it up each time just to make it a little more interesting. Hopefully we don't lose because of that, but we'll see. Eve actually is not great for double battles because of Surf, because we affect our partner as well. We'll see. So we'll go through and use each of these guys as our partners. Now, I guess I should have thought of this ahead of time, but I did use all of them a little bit in the first 10 just to kind of get a feel for them. And I'm trying to think, I don't think we want to use May for our, yeah, I don't think we're going to want to use May for our final battle against the boss, the Battle of Chatelaine, because she actually does not have her starter. I think she has Exploud and Claydol, which is weird because she doesn't have an Exploud or a Claydol, I don't think, as far as I can remember, in in her actual um in the actual battles against her, so that's kind of odd. But anyway, Claydol's nice because it has like reflecting light screen, kind of like Yuxi did in the last episode. But oh okay, I guess it's random who she sends out first because last time I went with her, she sent out Exploud first every time, so this is actually a lot better for sure. And actually, I'm pretty sure Claydol has Levitate. Let's try it. That's pretty cool if so. Yes, sweet. Okay, good combination there. We don't get stabbed from Earthquake, of course, so it might not be a knockout, but it'll do some decent damage. Um, and assuming we don't lose any of these, I will try to use to do battles with um, each of our different possible partners here. So okay, so Wally has I think a Magnezone, and wow, that was a lot of damage. Okay, luckily I think we're faster, so one more Earthquake should finish them off. Of course, they do have two more in the back, so this could actually be... Gotta be careful here. These are unevolved Pokemon, but they still can pack a punch. I think they are EV trained unevolved Pokemon, though, which can make some of these battles unexpectedly tough. Can't let my guard down. Um, Especially because my team is fairly slow, too, so... And I'll end up having to rely on just her Exploud to win things, which would be an ideal. It's fine, I don't really want to rely on Meteor Mash just because it can miss, even though it's not likely to miss. Let's do some damage. I'm just worried about that 1% chance. It'll be super effective against Pawniard, I think, though, so let's go for it. Okay, we are faster. I was worried there, so that's good. Glad May didn't like switch into her Exploud. That'd be awkward. So Wally, I think, has Magnezone and Mega Glade, which is pretty cool. And Magnezone actually has an air balloon, so it's immune to ground moves for the first turn until it gets hit. Unless your opponent's faster, you have to be careful about that. Because then they could break the air balloon, and then you could end up using Earthquake and hurting your own teammate. We'll do at least one more with May, and then I'll switch things out. Yay, 2 battle points. Very nice. So Wally's definitely pretty formidable. I know Glade isn't super defensive, and it's not super fast, but it is pretty offensive, I think. Although I don't, Mega Glade might be fast. I'm not really sure about Mega Glade. I just know regular Glade, I think, is base speed of 80, which is about what our team is. Pretty middle of the road. Then Steven, I think, has Aerodactyl and Mega Metagross. I think I'm actually going to probably use him for the final one because Mega Metagross is just insanely powerful. And Aerodactyl, I don't know if it's any good, but it's fast, so that's nice. I can maybe use Rock Slide and flinch them, or, we'll see. Hopefully I don't regret that. It kind of balances things out, I guess. It also makes me wonder, when we face him, is he going to have a Metagross then? Let's use Zen Headbutt, take out the Spinnerack. It'll be super effective. Of course, so will Sucker Punch. Luckily, we have very good defenses, and it does not get stabbed. Dig. Ooh, okay, so it's probably going to use Dig against Metagross if I had to guess, because why would you use it against a Claydol? Oh, and a whiter makes it... Oh no, okay. Thank goodness for them not having stab and for us having such good defenses, because otherwise that would have been... That's interesting. You don't see it very often, not whiter, power herb, being used on frog on a dig. That's interesting. Usually it's like a sky attack or something like that. All right, Scruppy. So I don't know. We might lose to another dig, but if we use another dig, it'll take 2 turns and we can switch. So now Scruppy is bug and poison. It evolves into a dark and poison type, which always confuses me. You know what? Let's use Earthquake then, because Cladle's still here, so why not? It should knock out Scruppy, I would think. Now Waterfall, yeah, super effective against Cladle. It's probably going into that slot. Luckily, Cladle is fairly defensive as well. Ooh, but Scruppy is faster. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. See, that's the downside of having slow Pokemon, is that things like that can happen. Okay, good. He got to use a Psychic Attack. Should be super effective. Even being very defensive, it's enough damage to knock out Scruppy, so... Alright, that's good. You cannot... I tried sending out, like, could you send out her other Pokemon? You cannot. You gotta stick to yours. And I think if Eve fainted, I don't think she could send out Exploud to replace Eve. I think she'd have to wait until Claydol got defeated, so... One strategy for this could be kind of doubling up into the same Pokemon on the same side. Surf is not very effective, plus it would affect Claydol, which we definitely don't want, so Dragon Pulse is the way to go. Very glad we have that. Waterfall is a good move, but it only affects one Pokemon at a time, so I think we're in pretty good shape here. Once you get to 2v1, it definitely becomes a downhill battle. Can you say that? I know uphill battle is a phrase, so I guess for them it would be an uphill battle, which I guess for us would make it a downhill battle. I haven't used that phrase before, but it makes sense. Oh, she has one more Pokemon. I forgot about that. Okay, well, on the bright side, Klefki is not too offensive. It can be really annoying, but if it's the last one left, I'm a lot less worried about it than if it was, say, one of the first two. The downside is I have to use Surf, which would also affect Exploud. Let's go for Ice Beam, which could freeze it maybe. And I think Exploud might have like Fire Blast or something. Yeah, Fire Blast. It has some pretty good moves, but all like the inaccurate versions. I think it has Hyper Voice, which is kind of cool because it's not as good as Boom Burst. Clearly, it's like base 90 compared to base 140, but it'll affect both of your opponents for a little bit less damage each because it's split, but it won't affect your allies. So it's kind of a good move for double battles here. Alright, well, let's go ahead and switch out. Take a break. I know we've done 2 battles and we're already doing a break. What I do like, though, is that, at least in this one, I don't know if you could do it in the earlier generations. I was worried about it. So like I said, I didn't play last night, so I had a little more time to prepare for this episode or for this day of gameplay. So I actually got to almost the Battle Chatelaine on the single battles as well. So we'll do those probably episode after next. All right, let's use. Nope, not gonna do that. Let's use Ford and Lily, kind of our faster two. Hope I don't regret this because they're also not like they're not particularly tough in terms of like defense. So hopefully I don't regret this. We're gonna have Wally as our partner though, and Wally's pretty good, so hopefully he can carry any slack we might have. But even so, I think Ford's really fast, Lily's kind of fast, so... Actually, I think, did he say my paintbrush is made of secret animals? Maybe I just read that too fast. One of them had something that was really interesting to say, like, it was like, at last, let me lose a battle and let the torment end, or something like that. It made him sound like he was like some ancient deity who had been like, and let me finally rest, or I don't know. It was like, I really wanted to see what else his other lines were, but I totally forgot to pay attention to it, so. Alright, now we could use Earthquake because of the air balloon. Maybe I should, because Klefki I don't think has Levitate. It usually has Prankster as its ability. But I don't know if an Earthquake would knock it out. I think it actually is fairly defensive, so let's use Flare Blitz. And maybe Magnezone will use like Magnet Bomb or whatever against Snubbull, who is a Fairy type in this generation, so that would be a great start. Flash Cannon, sweet, even better. That's right, this is the Battle of Maison. They better have good moves at this point. Good job, Wally. I think he had a Magneton last time we faced him, so I'm not surprised he has a Magnezone. And actually he has I'm pretty sure he has a Roserade, because he had a Roselia I think last time we faced him. It might have been a Roserade, I can't remember, but I want to say it was Roselia. Alright, let's use They're both pretty slow, I think. I guess Pampor's kind of fast, but it's not evolved. And High Jump Kick could miss, so let's go for Earthquake. That's actually one of the reasons I chose to pair Ford up against with Magnezone. And see, normally it would be a one-shot for Magnezone. Although Magnezone, I guess, could have Sturdy, so there is that. But because of its Air Balloon, it is immune to ground-type attacks. So a pretty good item, actually, for a Magnezone. I think it was actually one of the items that it sometimes did hold when used when in competitive battle. I actually used one on on my Gen 6 team, I think, because I had Dragonite and a Mega Pinsir, both of whom do not like Steel types. So it was really helpful to have a Magnezone so that they couldn't send in their Steel type, because as soon as they did, I would switch in Magnezone and they'd be trapped because of his ability Magnet Pull, which prevents Steel types from switching unless they have like a Shed Shell or U-turn or something like that. So, all right, very good. Two battle points, racking those up. Something I did decide after a lot of soul searching, I was thinking about the items I would teach them, or I would let them hold. You can buy some pretty good items with battle points here, so I was like, maybe I'll do a choice band for Ford and a choice specs for um, Lily, and I was thinking either a choice specs or life orb or even assault vest for Dan. Then I was like, well, it'd be weird to have like a Mystic Water on Melodic if the rest of them all have like really cool unique items. So I was thinking maybe I would use life orb on her, and but then or even leftovers. But then I kind of decided, I actually think she might even still be holding leftovers. I don't think I switched it out, just to give it a try. All right, now they're getting tougher here. So, wow, this is very unusual. Despite being super effective against the vast majority of Pokemon, we are not super effective against either of these Pokemon. And they're also both pretty defensive, so this is not a great start. Let's go for the ground type, because I think it's the most threat to our buddy here. Maybe we'll get a crit, or maybe they'll just be... Oh, not very effective. Oh, I'm a moron. Okay, well, still did a lot of damage, but... Alright, now luckily his balloon is not popped, so it's going to do a ton of damage to Ford, even being the knockout. Ooh, not good, not good, not good. Oh, I don't want to lose this. Who's he gonna target? Okay, good. So it's 1 for 1. Might have to rely on Wally here, because oh, and that's really lucky. That would have been a knockout. 50-50 chance of hitting. That would have been really terrible if it had hit. Now the good news is he's weakened by his buddy's Earthquake. Okay, this is good. This is actually really good. And he doesn't have Intimidate, which, not that it would matter against two special attackers, but I wonder what he does have then. But I can use Dazzling Gleam, and, oh, I'm holding a Life Orb, I think. That's good, because it'll do more damage, actually, because of the Life Orb, and it'll knock them both. Sweet. Okay, super effective against both of them. Good job, Lily. So now it's going to be 3 versus 1. So now I'm feeling a lot better about this. Alright, so... Stunfisk. Okay, that's not too troublesome. Stunfisk is a pretty lackluster Pokemon. I want to say it's ground and electric. Um, I want to use Petal Dance, but I don't want to like accidentally hit Magnezone, even though it's not very effective. Because that plus it, well, I guess it would break the balloon is the problem. Let's just use Shadow Ball, I guess, just to get some damage on it at least. That way, Glade could almost certainly finish it off in the worst case scenario here. Yes, as I was thinking about, I was trying to decide on their items, but I kind of, at the end of the day, I just decided, you know what? We'll reflect. Okay, that's a smart move, I guess. Still trying to Earthquake, doesn't realize about the air balloon, I guess. Maybe the AI is just not programmed to recognize it. That's interesting. Endure won't matter too much here. Just kind of wasting our time. But I kind of feel like, I don't know, it feels less fun to use. It doesn't feel like the normal gameplay when I use all those really powerful items. It almost feels like too powerful or just too, it makes it a different game when you're using like choice items. It reminds me, I guess, too much of competitive play. And I wouldn't have a problem with that like in the Battle Tower, like using those items, because Battle Tower is kind of based on competitive play and online play. Um, it's the same kind of type of battle, but with EVs and that kind of stuff. But you don't get XP and all. But for in-game battles, it feels weird using those items. I don't know if it's just me, but I'd feel really weird using like choice specs and all. Like, I look back at my Harkle Let's Play to see if I used them there. I know I did throughout the Let's Play at certain times, but when it came to like the final battles, I did not. Let's do 15. Let's do one more with Wally. I think it's been pretty fun, and then we'll switch out to Archie. Um, I figure because there are so many different versions of these battles to see, I would do a whole episode of them or something different. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it, and we are mixing things up to keep it interesting. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do I'm gonna go and just use my regular hell items, my Mystic Water and Miracle Seed and all that stuff, and just kind of play it the old-fashioned way. Plus, I mean, there are downsides to those items, like choice items. I really don't want to be locked into a move during the Pokemon League. I feel like it's better to switch things out, even though it might be, objectively better to use the choice items and get some knockouts. I feel like it'll be more fun and more interesting this way. So the game's about having fun, right? All right, so we could use Thunder Punch here. We could use Earthquake. I'm worried about him being slower. Let's do it because at the very least, I think it's gonna. Now, unless Meryl could use a water move and knock me out, then it's a non-issue. So, all right, good. Luckily, Ford is faster. That's actually one of the reasons I chose to pair Ford with Maison, is Ford is my fastest Earthquake user. I wanted to make sure I used that Earthquake before his balloon was popped. Thunder, hey, there you go. I think a Thunderbolt would have done the trick, but I guess he just knows Thunder. It's a pretty good moves too. What if these are the moves he's actually going to know when we face Wally? Thunder, Flash Cannon, Reflect. Pretty good moveset. I'm not sure what else it can learn. I don't think it can learn a Fire type attack. I think it has to learn Hidden Power if it wants to learn a Fire attack. So, all right. So let's go ahead and just use. I'm going to assume it's going to use maybe a another Thunder against Fletchinder. So let's use Flare Blitz against Pawniard. That should definitely be a knockout. Yep. Down he goes. Now Fletchinder could use a fire move. It is pretty fast too. Oh, but it's not. It's going to use Fly against Ford here. Ooh, both of my current teammates. Oh, that's right. Thunder affects you when you're in the air. Aha. Good job, Magnezone. So I guess in that case, Thunder was the better move. But in general, I still prefer Thunderbolt. I can see like Fire Blast or even Blizzard because they have a little bit better accuracy, but 70% accuracy is just pretty low. Plus the power points being less, I'd rather go with the sure thing. All right, these battles are going nice and quick. Once again, we will take a break. Yes, please. All right, thank you, Wally. I will see you again soon. Once I get a 50 streak and can actually face you again. All right, and we will switch up our team as well. All right, and we will do a multi-battle, of course. Gotta make sure I don't click the wrong thing here, because if you click yes here. Oh, okay. I was trying to focus and read, and I ended up not focusing and not reading. Okay, multi-battle. So what I want to say is, yes, I do want to do the multi-battle. I do not want to pair up with another real-life player. All right, and let's see. I'm going to use Crobat for his first Pokemon. I think he has Crobat and Mega Sharpedo, which is pretty cool. Some fast, powerful Pokemon. Well, Mega Sharpedo is powerful. I'm not sure Crobat is really powerful, but it has some good moves it can do to help us out. And let's use Slate as well. Yeah, let's do it. I'm a little worried because we'll see. Yeah, I'm kind of glad we're not using Ava or not Ava, sorry, Eve or Lily anymore in these battles, just because they're not really made for double battling between Petal Dance hitting random and Surf hitting your ally. And it's one thing when Earthquake, which is like a coverage move, hits your ally, but when your main stab attack hits your ally as well, that's rough. So they're good Pokemon. They'd be great in single battles, but less so here. So now things should hopefully be a little more. It's gonna be challenging because they're gonna have better Pokemon as we get better and better, as you can see. But we also will have kind of better Pokemon. I'm a little worried about using Exploud in the next one, but we'll see how he does. That's going to be against the Battle Chatelaine as well. Okay, so let's see. So he's actually starting with Sharpedo and not Crobat. Interesting. So don't want to use Earthquake. Not that I really necessarily would anyway. This is kind of tough. Nothing is really great here. I don't want to use a Fairy move against a Fire type like Braixen. I could use Earthquake, but it would do damage to Sharpedo, unfortunately, so I don't really want to do that. It doesn't have the best defenses. And Carnivine could do some mega damage to Sharpedo as well. So Flamethrower is base power 90, doubled is 180. Return is 102. We'll say 100 just for easy math purposes. 102. And then 30% because of our ability is 130. Stab is 65, so that's 190. So return will actually do more damage, plus we have a higher attack stat. So let's go for a return against Carnivine. Did Mega Evolve, right? Yeah. And we should both Mega Evolve, which is cool because in a multi-battle, you each have an ability to Mega Evolve, I think. Hopefully we don't share the same limit. That'd be dumb. Yes, okay, good. I was worried for a second there because I hadn't really tried it before, but good. Um, makes sense. And then, okay, Waterfall, perfect. That's what I was hoping he would attack. Breaks in. Good thinking, Archie. We're on the same wavelength here. What I might do actually is we have, what, 5 more battles to go, including this one. So I might do, maybe I should get a move on here actually. It might be a long episode. Um, I was timing it about 3 minutes per battle when I did these off screen, but those were actually easier battles, so where's that? Okay, let's use, yeah, let's use Returns. I think he's going to be smart again and probably use another Waterfall against Mad Cargo. Aqua Jet. Oh wow, okay, that 4 times super effective. Stab, Mega Sharpedo, yep, makes sense. Alright. It's funny, because didn't Archie give away his Mega Stone and his Sharpedo? I guess he has another one. Not a Sharpedo, that was from one of his grunts, but, alright, Poison type, so let's use Earthquake. Okay, Sharpedo will go first anyway, and I don't think a single Earthquake will knock it out, but even if it does, it'll definitely knock out Quillfish, so. And wow, didn't even have a chance to use it, so nice, this is pretty good. Of course, we are seeing his Mega Pokemon on his Crobats. I'm a little biased here, I guess, but I think I'm going to do 2 with Archie and then 2 with Steven, and then we'll kind of make our decision as to who we want to pair with for the final battle. And we'll see how Dan does too in these, because I like the idea of Dan and Mega Metagross, but if he uses, I guess Aerodactyl also resists it. It's just not as, I don't know if I want to take the 50-50 roll. He's going to start with Aerodactyl, and I start with Exploud, and then I can't Boom Burst. So yeah, we'll do one more with Archie. We'll do 18 and 19 with Steven and Dan. Then I'll kind of choose my team and my partner for our final battle here. Sounds like a plan. Alright, and we have Mightyena. Hopefully does not have Intimidate. It was nice I got a Intimidate or something against... oh, it does. Okay. That's not great because it means our attack... Oh, both of us are physical attackers. Ooh, this is not great. Intimidate is really good in double battles, as you can see. I should start with Slate. I don't want to switch him in, though. Not that, I mean, well, he wouldn't be dumb to use a Dark move because I'm not Mega Evolved yet, so... Alright, I guess on the bright side, they're both Dark type. Now, we don't have a spread move like Lily has. But, okay, who would he attack? He probably wouldn't attack Cacturne. So let's let him attack Mightyena. I guess it really doesn't matter because he goes first, so he gets his choice. He might have, like, Ice Fang to use against Cacturne, which normally I wouldn't think would be a knockout if it was regular Sharpedo, but Mega Sharpedo, and it has its biting ability, I think Ice Fang would be a knockout, so really it doesn't matter who we get to attack here. He'll go first, and he'll decide who to knock out. And then we'll go second, so that's fine. Oh, Sucker Punch. Luckily, being Mega Evolved, we will now resist it. Poison Fang, okay. Now, that'll still be super effective, but yeah, Poison Fang is only base 50, so even with Strong Jaw, that's base 75, so... Alright, well, on the bright side, we went for the right Pokemon, because that meant he never got a chance to attack. Alright. Quilladin, I think, is just pure Grass type. Maybe Grass and Fighting. I'm going to go for the sure thing, which is against Mightyena, who's definitely Dark, and therefore weak 2. And therefore weak 2, a Fairy-type return. Oh, he did get Intimidated, so that's another reason Poison Fang didn't knock him out. That makes sense. Base 75, didn't get Stab. Super effective, but still, after the Intimidate, not that great. Energy Ball is going to hurt Sharpedo for sure. Knockout, didn't expect that, so I guess even Mega Sharpedo is very frail. I thought it might have like a little bit better defenses, but... Alright, on the bright side, we get to see Crobats, that's pretty cool. And Whimsicott. Alright, so it is 3-2. Cannot let our guard down here, because we are also hurt a little bit. Alright, again, I think Return is going to be better than Flamethrower, all else being equal. Even though Flamethrower would be super effective. 180 versus 195, or 197, or whatever. So let's go with that. And I feel like Whimsicott is the bigger threat, although luckily Crobat is good against both these guys. They're both Grass type. One's Fairy type, one's Fighting, or maybe Fighting type, kind of Fighting-ish. I guess he's not Fighting type, but might do some Fighting moves. So Crobat is actually a great Pokemon to have against Quilladin and Whimsicott. Alright, and Moonblast, yeah, it won't do very much to Crobat, and did more to me than I thought, actually. Luckily we have Slate in the back here, so Slade is also a good matchup against Whimsicott. I do like Slade and Ava's pairing. Maybe I'll do that for my final battle. We'll have two Metagross maybe together. Just because almost every type that Slade is weak to, Ava resists. Not ground. She'll resist ground if she's not evolved, but or not mega evolved. But when she's mega evolved, she is takes even damage from ground attacks. But she will resist, and I guess not ghost. That's the other one. But she'll resist dark and fire. And then Ava's weaknesses: ice, fairy, and ice, fairy, poison, and steel are all resisted by Metagross. So that's pretty cool too. Let's take a break, and we will put our challenge on hold, and we'll use a different team with Steven here. So I think we've seen all of our Pokemon in multi-battles except for Dan, so let's go with Dan. I really hope I don't lose this. If I do, I'll just do this off screen again and come back for the Battle Chatelaine. So you guys don't know if I lose or not, just like me. It'll be a suspenseful battle either way. Or suspenseful pair of battles, I should say. Alright, so we will use, let's use Dan, and then I think our best Pokemon would probably be Ava. Hard to say, because they all have their perks. Ava, Slade, or Ford would all be good choices, I think, but let's use Ava and see how that goes. Depends who Steven uses first as well. Alright, so it's hard because they're all, except for May, who I think is probably the weakest one, not having a Mega Evolution. I guess they had a hard time programming which one to give her. I don't know. Why didn't they just give her a start? That would have been really cool. But because of that, I think she's probably the weakest partner by a little bit. Still good though with the reflecting light screen and all. That's very helpful. But the other three are pretty well balanced. Wally I think has the weakest Mega Evolution, but he does have Magnezone, who's pretty good. Whereas like Aerodactyl and Crobat are both very fast, have some good moves, but they're not super sturdy, and they're not even super offensive either. They have decent offenses, but not amazing ones. So like here, see I can't use Surf, even though I'd want to, because it's going to be hitting his Aerodactyl. I guess I'll use Flamethrower being super effective. I really want to use Boom Burst, but let's use Flamethrower. This is what worries me here. Alright, Fake Out didn't get a chance to use an attack anyway. The good news is Rock Slide has a chance to flinch, and Aerodactyl is very fast, so it's a good move to use in double battles. There's the flinch now. Ooh, this could be a knockout right here. 1%. Does he have a Focus Band? That's really smart. Focus Sash, perfect. Even smarter. I don't... Piloswine can have Thick Fat, though, I think. That worries me, because if it does, then why would I use Flamethrower? It's not going to be... It'll essentially not be super effective. What would do more? Boomburst would do more than Surf, though, even being super effective. Let me just look that up. If Piloswine can have Thick Fount, I think it can. I'm going to use Boomburst. It can as a hidden ability, so I don't know if Pokemon here can have their hidden abilities. My guess is no. I just don't know. I don't want to... I could use Surf, but then it would do damage to Purugly as well. I don't really want to knock out Aerodactyl, but I feel like I don't take out Piloswine, he's going to be knocked out either way, I would expect. So, so Surf is, I'm just thinking this through because I don't want to lose this, so forgive me if I take some extra time. Surf is 180, Boomburst is just so much more damage. Plus, well, Surf isn't a split. And Boomburst would do more to Purugly as well. Yeah, let's do Boomburst. Sorry, Aerodactyl. We still have Mega Metagross in the background, so that's pretty cool. Alright, sweet. He just had enough to take out Purugly. That's awesome. I know I'm going to take out Aerodactyl here, but maybe I'll take out Piloswine as well. Yes, sweet. Okay. Sorry, Steven, but you only had 1 HP left anyway. So the ironic part is if I had used a different move and had failed to take out Piloswine because of that, like say Flamethrower did affect Thick Fat, and then he survived, he probably would have taken out Aerodactyl anyway, so... Alright, so now it's 3 versus 2, which is pretty good. And we can use Boom Burst a little more freely here. That's awesome. That's one thing that's really great about Mega Metagross. Also, a Mega Evolution you do see occasionally in competitive battling because it's so strong. It used to be more frequently back in like Gen 6, I think. A little bit less so in Gen 7. I haven't seen any Gen 8 ones yet. I guess I don't have Mega Evolution in Gen 8 anymore, so. Um, but it's great because you can switch it in on a with a clear body, and then when you make, so it doesn't, it's more of a defensive, I guess, or a preventative ability. And then when you Mega Evolve, you lose the clear body, but you gain even better ability in Tough Claws, which makes all your contact moves to, I think, 30% more damage. It's really good. I think they might have nerfed it 20% in Gen 7, which is one of the reasons you don't see this as much. But, well, that's not good. Um, Luckily, Mega Metagross has even better defenses than regular Metagross. But, yeah, still a great ability. And Meteor Mash is actually a contact move. It doesn't seem like it would be, but it is. I guess you mash them with the force of a meteor. I always thought it was like you like throw a meteor at them, but I guess that's not the case. Alright, good teamwork, Steven. So, I'm leaning towards going with Steven just because Mega Metagross is so insanely powerful. And Aerodactyl's not bad, it's just not, you know, like I'd rather have Magnezone and Mega Metagross, you know, if I had that choice. It would make sense too for Steven to have a Magnezone being a Steel-type user, but we'll see. I'm curious to see if they go with like the exact. I guess they might give him like Aerodactyl instead of Claydol. Claydol's the one Pokemon I can kind of see them replacing for him because it's not a Rock or a Steel type. All right, we'll do one more battle with Steven and then we'll switch up our team. Hopefully, I don't regret keeping Dan out. But come on, Dan, don't fail me, buddy. You can do this. One more battle and then I'll probably bring. Who should I bring? Um, I'm thinking maybe I'll. I don't know. I went to Ava and Slate, but having two Mega Metagross, if we get Earthquake by an opponent Pokemon, that could be bad. Um, so maybe I'll do, although Ford is also weak to Earthquake, so that doesn't really, that's not much better. Maybe I will do Ava and Slate. I think they're probably my best two. And they're both physical attackers though, but Slate at least has a clear body. That's what I'm leaning towards. Okay. Um, yeah, once again, nothing is super effective here, so I don't know. Do I go for the Boom Burst? Would that even knock him out if it has the, I have the white Silk Scarf. I'm just worried that doing anything else is just going to be so useless. Like, it's not going to do much damage. I think I got us. Sorry, Steven. I apologize. I know it's going to do high damage to Aerodactyl as well. Maybe we'll get like a double flinch here, and then even if I use Boom Burst, it'll trigger his thing, but... Snarl, okay. Oh, Soundproof, that's cool. That's great, actually. It's been a while since our Soundproof has come in handy. Now, the downside is that broke his Focus Sash, so this Boom Burst, even though it's not very effective, Aerodactyl is just so frail, I could totally see this knocking it out. Oh, wow, that did much less than I thought it would. Okay. Well, that's kind of surprising. That's incredibly surprising, but hey, I'll take it. All right, maybe, I don't know, Steven, that actually kind of changes my mind a little bit. Both of Steven's Pokemon, it's the Focus Sash that gets me. Because both of them can take a Boom Burst so well, that makes Dan a lot more viable. Could I use Dan and Ava? I don't know. Ooh, this is going to be... Whatever I decide here is going to have a huge influence on this battle, and it's going to be a tough battle either way. Let's see how much this does. Okay, not a lot to Swalot, so even though Boomers is really good, if I get a specially defensive Pokemon like Swalot, you know, no go. So I'm thinking Ava and Slate is the way to go. And, you know, we'll just have to see how that works out. Alright, yep, let's use Boom Burst, it'll do the most damage, and, it won't do too much to Mega Metagross. Hope I don't regret this here. Worst case scenario, we do have Ava in the back. So now Ava's not good against poison though, so that might be bad. But she is faster and has Earthquake. So as long as this Swallow doesn't like swallow, it's oh, what's this berry? Citrus berry. Yes, okay. But Zen Headbutt, that'll do a ton of damage. It'll probably even be a knockout. It's a contact move, super effective, coming from a Mega Metagross, which has a huge attack stat. Yeah, that'll be it. Alright, so I think even though Aerodactyl's kind of iffy, I think I'm going to go with Steven. Just the Mega Metagross is just like so insanely powerful. Question is, who do I want to use? Do I want to use a Mega Metagross with it? Do I want to use the same team? We are 34 minutes in. Maybe I'll use the same team. Let's do it, you know? Like I said, sometimes you gotta take a risk. Don't want to overthink this. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. That's right, so we get to face two of them. Evelyn and Donna. Mostly in unison, it looks like. Thanks for coming to the Battle Maison. I'm Dana. I'm the second eldest of the four sisters who run the Battle Maison. I will praise your bravery at least in attempting a multi-battle with me. And of course I am hardly alone. Oh, give me a break, Evelyn. It's your line next. Come on. I'm sorry, Dana. My name is Evelyn. I'm usually in charge of double battles. That was kind of mean to her sister there. Well, I'm not all flash like my sister Dana when it comes to talking. Please, I'm sorry, but please start the battle already? A little nervous it seems, but hey, it's okay. As long as you're good at battling, that's what really matters, right? Alright, so who do they have? Maghargo and Persian, okay. So again, formidable, but not not insanely terrifying. The trouble is I want to use Surf, because Surf is going to definitely knock out that Maghargo. It's going to do some damage to Persian as well, but I just can't, because Aerodactyl is not going to take that well at all. And if Persian does a fake out to Aerodactyl and then I use Surf, that could be a bye-bye Aerodactyl. So unfortunately, this is not a good start, just type-wise. But okay, so it didn't really matter what it's going to do anyway. It's battle. I could have switched, I guess, but I wasn't sure if it would use fake out. I wasn't sure if it would fake out me. I don't want to switch in Ava to a free damage, especially when it's not Mega Evolved. So, well, that's right. Rock Slide is Super against Maghargo, right? Because Maghargo is Fire and Rock. Duh. That's actually pretty cool then. Um, Yes, I was hoping Dan would hang on there. Nice. Very nice. And the trouble is Persian could probably finish this off here, but not if Aerodactyl gets a Rock Slide off. So there's a lot of things that could happen here. And I don't want to break his Focus Sash. I'm just worried about Rock Slide missing. But even if it misses, would a Boom Burst finish off Maghargo? And if Rock Slide misses Maghargo, there's just so many different permutations of what could happen here. Let's use Boom Burst. Worst case scenario, we take out 2 of his Pokemon and we damage Aerodactyl. I guess we could knock out Aerodactyl, but probably not. So, okay, that knocked out Persian. So I really hope this Boom Burst is gonna take out Maghargo. I know it resists it, but it's such a good move. Yes, awesome. I did break Aerodactyl's Focus Sash, so once again, apologies to Steven. But, okay, Pachirisu. Again, don't underestimate Pachirisu. It did win a World Championship. Although I'm still kind of okay, it's probably not going to be that great. We are slower, unfortunately, so we probably won't survive to use this. But maybe, hey, maybe if, oh no, that's not good. So maybe if we get a double flinch. There's a saying in competitive battling where there's a Rock Slide, there's a way because of the flinching. All right, so that'll take out Expelled. But okay, so it's going to be, so it's 2 to 3 because we still have Mega Metagross in the back, which is great. So I'm still not super worried here. I think I'm gonna do. I could use Earthquake. Maybe I should just use Earthquake. It's super against Pachirisu. Let's do that. As long as Steven doesn't switch in his Metagross or something, this is gonna be pretty good because Super against Pachirisu and Girafarig is weakened, so it might even be a double knockout. That's too much to ask for. And is that a double hit on the Rock Slide? It is. Okay, so this is gonna be definitely a. Ooh, what's it gonna do here? Okay, healing up. I think Pachirisu must have, I guess Gluttony is its ability, which allows it to eat. I guess it is like a squirrel, which is kind of sensible. It can eat its berry at 50% health instead of 25%. But seems like I worried for nothing there. But hey, always better to be a little cautious, right? I know it's to take risks, but it's you want to take calculated risks. That's kind of my whole I guess lesson here. We didn't even need to have Mega Metagross, but I felt really good having him in the back there. So yeah, I would definitely face you guys. I think I already have faced you both in your own specialties, so I'm not going to read this just because it's kind of a pain. We're already over the typical time I try to go for, so if you want to read it, you can read it, but... Alright. So she doesn't even want me to face her in double battles, but we already have, so... All we have left is really the single battle. So, yeah. Hope you guys have enjoyed the interesting battles here, but our team is really meant for single battles. I might buy them some cool items to use here in the Battle Chateau, where it's 3-on-3 for single battles, so it makes a lot more sense to use a choice item or a life orb or something like that. Not gonna save that. And plus we have a lot of battle points to spend them on, so maybe I'll do that. Because it is gonna be hard doing a 50 battle streak without a single loss. I need every edge I can get in this. But yeah, thank you, Steven. I will see you again very soon. So I have champion level combo. So next episode we come back, I'm going to do some more fighting with a different team. Actually, with our non-legendary team, or mostly non-legendary team, I should say. So that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, then after that I'll do some more off-screen um, training to get to well, what I'll do is I'll record the first half of the episode, and then I'll do some off-screen training, come back and do the second half. So that'll be the plan. So yeah, that is it for now. I will let you guys get on to the next episode, and I'll probably have some breakfast and do some other stuff, and come back and play more later. So thank you all for watching, and see you again soon.